Rain, Rain by Anne Martin. Chapter 31, The Good Phone Call. On Friday, that is 3 weeks after Hurricane Susan, Uncle Weldon picks me up at school as usual. We're driving along Hud when I notice Sam Diamond's yellow car parked in the road. And then I see my father hauling tools to the bridge. I wonder why my father is home so early. I thought he was going to be at the J&R garage all day. Uncle Weldon stops the truck by the bridge. We cross our fingers and touch our hearts, and then I jump out of the cab and close the door. I turn around and almost run into my father. His eyes are small and mean, and he leans through the window of the truck and says to my Uncle Weldon, "That Jerry fired me today. Only instead of the name Jerry, he used a word that I'm not allowed to say." "He freaking fired me," my father goes on. "No reason." He bangs his hands on the side of the truck. "Whoa," says my uncle, "what are you going to do?" "Finish the bridge." "And then what?" "I don't know and then what right now, okay?" "But shouldn't you think a little ahead? You can't just live day to day." Uncle Weldon looks like he has something more to say, but my father interrupts him. "I got plenty to do around here. The yard's still a mess. I'll keep busy." That's not what I meant. I run around to Uncle Weldon's side of the truck, stand on my toes, and whisper to him, "What about money?" "Rose, I can see you, you know," says my father through the truck. "I can hear you, too. You think I can't support us? I can support us. Now go inside." I cross the bridge as fast as I can. Behind me I hear Uncle Weldon clear his throat and say, "Rose does have a point, Wesley. What are you going to do for money? Rose needs new clothes." My father bangs the truck with his fists again. "Don't tell me what Rose needs." He's yelling with his hands instead of his voice. That's the end of the conversation. I don't hear anything but the sound of the truck starting up as I dash onto the porch, past the empty couch, and hurry into the house. I take the telephone into my room and throw my school bag on the floor. Then I get out my list of shelters. I have called every single shelter on all the lists, but I've only called the farthest shelters, the ones in the widest ring on the map, once. It's time to call them again. Just in case Rain got washed very far away, or in case her nose wasn't working well and she wandered in the wrong direction. I call Boonton Animal Rescue Center, still no rain. I call Safe Haven Shelter, still no rain. I call Olive Bridge Animal Adoption Network, still no rain. Then I call Happy Tales Animal Shelter. A voice answers the phone, and when I determine that it's the voice of a real person, not a recorded voice, I say, "Hello, this is Rose again. I called last week. I'm still looking for my dog, Rain. She got lost during the storm. She has yellow fur and 7 white toes. Has anyone brought her in?" The person on the other end of the line, who is a man, says, "How big is she? Do you know how much she weighs?" "She weighs 23 pounds, I reply. I remind myself not to add that 23 is a prime number. That is not appropriate for this conversation. "And she has white toes?" "They're not all white," I say, "just 7 are. 2 on her right front paw and 1 on her left front paw, 3 on her right back paw and 1 on her left back paw." Hang on a sec. I can hear the man talking to someone. He's repeating the information about Rain's toes. Then he says to me, "Hang on just a few more seconds, okay?" There's a long silence. I look out my window. I think about homonyms, toe, toe, and toes, toes. Finally, I hear a voice in my ear again. "We do have a dog like that here," says the man. He sounds excited. "Someone brought her in several days ago. A young blonde female dog with 7 white toes, just like you described. We've been trying to—" My hands start to shake. I drop the phone, and it rolls onto the floor. I can't think. I put my hands over my ears and jump up and down on my bed. Then I jump off the bed and pick up the phone. I can hear the man saying, "Hello, hello." I click the phone off, then I click it on again. I dial Uncle Weldon's number before I remember that he's still on his way back to work. I click the phone off. I get out the map and draw a large red circle around Elmira, New York, where Happy Tales is located. I sit on my hands and try to remember every single thing that's in my mother's box. Finally, I phone my uncle again. He answers on the first ring. "Everything all right?" he asks. "Rain might be in Elmira," I cry. "There's a blonde dog with 7 white toes at the shelter. Someone brought her in a few days ago. Can we go to Elmira, please, please?" "I'll pick you up tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock," says my uncle.